Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited. SmartSky Networks moves into early retirement. Iconic race car driver lost in J3 accident. Fire breaks out at historic Wright brothers facility. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. SmartSky Networks calls it quits when money runs out. Effective August 16, 2024, SmartSky Networks has ceased all business operations. The provider ultimately stated that they were unable to continue to finance their mission. SmartSky Networks went public with their in-flight connectivity mission in 2014. After several delays, their mobile broadband network officially went live towards the end of 2021. Installations in turboprops and business jets began shortly after. They patented and employed their own beamforming technology, which was meant to give each aircraft their own beam that they could switch out with others. SmartSky claimed that this method ensured constant high-speed connectivity for every aircraft on the network, but this was apparently not enough. To announce the company's retirement, SmartSky released a statement on email and its website reading, quote, "While our products were groundbreaking and we were growing our market share, we ultimately could not secure the necessary financing to continue our mission. We hope that SmartSky's achievements have inspired others to dream big, push boundaries, and pursue transformative ideas to reshape the future," end quote. The announcement leaves extensive damage in its wake, as vendors and users are now left without the aforementioned services and products, which were not inexpensive. After the break, Guimbal Cabri G2 helicopters reach fleet milestone.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Flying is my entire life. It's all that I've ever known. I've relied on Hartzell propellers since about 1995. Hartzell means much more than a propeller. It's a relationship. When you hear the phrase built on honor, they care about us as pilots, they care about our community, and they care about the product they build. It's such a proud honor to fly behind that propeller.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. Guimbal Cabri G2 helicopters reach fleet milestone. For the fourth straight year, French manufacturer Helicopters Guimbal has been voted #1 in an industry survey. The company has about 340 of its Cabri G2s currently in service worldwide, and collectively they have now surpassed the 500,000 fleet hours mark. The survey calls Guimbal the Little Big Helicopter OEM that consistently ranks higher than larger and better capitalized helicopter makers. SpaceX rebuts CNBC story about flame deflection system. Commercial spaceflight company SpaceX has rebutted a story on CNBC stating that SpaceX violated environmental regulations by releasing pollutants into bodies of water near the company's Starbase launch site near Brownsville, Texas. SpaceX posted its response to the story on X. The company said, quote, "CNBC's story on Starship launch operations in South Texas is factually inaccurate," end quote, and provided a comprehensive summary of its interactions with the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality regarding its launch permits required by the state. Disgruntled worker crashes plane into former workplace. 46-year-old pilot Juan Manuel Medina crashed a rented Cessna 150 into his former workplace. Authorities are still investigating, but their main theory is that the accident was intentional. Medina had been working for Air Liquide since June 2023. He served as a warehouse worker for their facilities until being let go last March. On the morning of Friday, August 9th, Medina shared two cryptic posts on social media. The first was a picture of the nuclear mushroom cloud forming over Nagasaki, Japan during World War II. Then he followed it up with a selfie captioned, "To the Big Liars." FAA recommends $73,000 penalty on Zipline International. The FAA recently proposed a $73,000 civil penalty on Zipline International's Concord, North Carolina location. This follows the company's alleged failure to comply with drug and alcohol testing requirements. Zipline is an international drone delivery service. They began in 2016 by transporting blood and medical supplies in Rwanda. They have since expanded to restaurant and grocery operations in 8 countries across 4 continents. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Iconic race car driver lost in J3 accident. An aircraft accident was reported near Hawkins County, Tennessee, where the pilot and sole occupant, race car driver Scott Bloomquist, was reportedly killed. 60-year-old Bloomquist was one of the most successful dirt stock car racers of all time. At the start of his career, he won several races and a track championship at the Corona Raceway in California. He quickly became a local star at Kingsport Speedway and shocked the world by winning the Eldora Speedway's World 100 in both 1988 and 1990. His accomplishments were well regarded, and he earned a spot in the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame in 2002. Though Bloomquist faced many physical challenges in recent years, including a leg injury, cancer, and surgery, he remained motivated to excel on the track. The plane crashed into a barn at Bloomquist's family farm in Mooresburg, Tennessee. Shortly after, fire and rescue agencies responded to a report of fire and black smoke. Hawkins County Rescue Squad successfully extricated Bloomquist from the airplane for transport to a local forensic center. At approximately 11:29 a.m. local time, the crash scene was cleared. Bloomquist was not a licensed pilot. The plane he was flying, a 2-seat 1938 Piper J3C-65 Cub, had also not been licensed for over 12 years. After these messages, fire breaks out at historic Wright Brothers facility.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, an even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
The legendary BD4C program is building an exciting future for those who want a rugged 4-seat family flyer with a proven history. The SureWings program produces a complete kit and builder assist program that gives you everything you need to be flying a BD4CS in record time. For conventional kit builders, BD Aviation has parts, partial kits, and full kits for the 190-mile-per-hour BD4C that has logged thousands of hours. Visit SureWings.com and BDAviation.com for more details.
Welcome back. Fire breaks out at historic Wright Brothers facility. On August 13th, firefighters responded to a fire near West 3rd Street and Cowart Avenue in Dayton, Ohio. Upon arrival, they determined the fire was inside a historic Wright Brothers factory. The Dayton Fire Department reached the scene only 5 minutes after the call and quickly deployed hose lines. After about an hour, the fire was extinguished. No injuries were reported, and Dayton police arrested a juvenile related to the incident. The building involved is the Wright Brothers' first aircraft manufacturing facility and is known as the oldest aircraft manufacturing site in the world. At peak operation, the factory could produce 4 planes each month. In total, it generated around 120 aircraft and 13 different models. Orville Wright sold his interest in the company in 1915 after his brother's death. A similar but much larger fire occurred in the building on March 26, 2023, just before 2:30 p.m. A report was made of large flames at the factory. Firefighters arrived shortly after and spent 14 hours on the site, but substantial damage had already been done. Prior to this incident, the National Park Service had plans to acquire the building. This was put on hold in April, while Dayton City officials completed structural analysis to determine necessary repairs. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.